Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. What's good with it? It's the homie Mac. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Reporting live from the Dogon Dogon. You know what it is. Each one teach one, peace and love. This is an impromptu Mackin' with Mac book review series. I was reflecting on, just thinking about books that had a powerful impact on me, on my paradigm, just my overall thought process, how I process life. What books have been very influential. And the first one that came to my mind was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Another one was The Alchemist. Another one was Revolutionary Suicide by none other than Huey P. Newton. His biography, or autobiography, or biography. Sometimes I get biography and autobiography mixed up. But anyway, one of the books that I realized had a really big influence on me is a book called, I know it's gonna sound crazy, In Search of Good Pussy. In Search of Good Pussy. By none other than Don Spears. Don Spears, I would honestly say this book, like everything that Kevin Samuels, I was about to say Kevin Gates, everything that Kevin Samuels was talking about, a lot of this whole, I guess, certain red pill dynamics, but more so just men calling out BS. And calling out BS, black men more specifically, calling out BS within our interactions with black women and our interactions with society as a whole, collectively. A lot of jewels in this book, a lot of wisdom. He talks about relationship dynamics between men and women. He talks about homosexuality. What else does he talk about? He also talks about just historical context of different things black people have been through, as far as like the vestiges or like the remnants of slavery, how that's impacted us psychologically, how we act towards each other. But first of all, before I just want to give a little slight montage of the book. But let me get more detailed and specific. What is good pussy? That was oh, and shout out to the homie James Webb from Zeta Rho, ZPDC, my frat bro. And shout out to ZPDC, Indiana State, Zeta Rho, DC. He was the one that put me onto this book, and he's also the one that wrote my letter of recommendation to get initiated into Alpha Phi Alpha. But yeah, what is good pussy? Good pussy is whatever absolutely makes your day. Good pussy is whatever absolutely makes your day. It is that feeling or that thing which gives you undeniable euphoria and brings true rapture. Just think of the best thing that has ever happened to you. That was good pussy. But again, you really did not know how to associate it with anything else in your life. It was just a feeling. Good pussy is that which gives you the richest, most heart-throbbing, tear-teasing fulfillment imaginable. So success. I would say good pussy could be, it's a metaphor for success, I feel, essentially is what he's saying. Good pussy could be buying your home, owning your home. Good pussy could be you ended the semester with a 4.0 or whatever GPA that you wanted. Good pussy is getting that job you wanted. There's a whole semantical, metaphorical range with what good pussy is. And it's largely subjective, contingent upon the individual, because we all process it differently, right? So let's get into it. Starting there, he talks about race a lot. He goes back to the plantation and talks about how the whole Willie Lynch concept. Even though we know Willie Lynch didn't actually exist per se, the blueprint that he wrote under the guise of Willie Lynch, the blueprint, whoever wrote that blueprint, it worked. You divide the young men against the old men. You divide the dark skin against the light skin. You divide the older women from the younger women. You divide the men from the women. You cause all these isms and separation and division. and we know about epigenetics. We know that just how you inherit physical traits and characteristics, you also inherit emotional trauma. That stuff is coded in your DNA. So I'm saying that to say this. If you literally were beaten and conditioned and trained to not only hate yourself, but to hate your reflection, that's not going to go away in one generation. That's not going to go away in 2 generations. Dare I say, it's not going to go away in 10. That's something that takes time. And one of the things I thought was interesting, he was just basically saying how, due to the inherent divisiveness that has been, I guess, imbued in us as black people, to this day, we have a proclivity to hate each other, to be in competition with each other. We have a proclivity to be selfish in regard to one another, and by that meaning not thinking holistically, thinking more so individualism. I gotta get me. I gotta do me. I gotta get mine. That mindset is very ubiquitous. It's ever present with a lot of us even today, and I do think that is a remnant of slavery because we don't necessarily look at each other as assets unto one another. We look at each other as competition. It is what it is. I feel like he was essentially saying the way that we can overcome that is just being more affectionate towards each other, being more supportive, being more kind. But I think a lot of us, because we've always been sold this narrative of black people need saving, black people need saving. So I think it becomes a thing where I think sometimes we get in competition to be that messianic figure, to be the savior. That black man, he ain't gonna come up over me. I'm gonna be the one to save us. I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna be that nigga. I'm gonna be Jesus, basically, or Haru or Krishna, however you wanna, contextualize it. Yeah. So again, the best way that he articulated was just we need to be softer toward each other, be more appreciative of one another, understand that you're my brother, you're my ally. Like what's good for you is good for me. What I want for you, I want for me. Like we can all win. I don't know. That's I think that's a viable option. One of the things that he also did talk about was I highlighted in the book, I called it scientific racism, but let me go into it. Negroes had even been cataloged into 5 classes according to intellect. First, Negroes, 2, orangutans, 3rd, apes, 4th, baboons, and 5th, monkeys. The original colored man was also white like Adam, his creator, and every other color was a degenerate mutant. Because the Negro was an inferior savage, he was naturally meant to be a slave. Blacks were meant to obey. Whites were meant to rule. Negroes were ignorant, stupid, and barbaric. Slavery would civilize them and make them better men, if in fact they were men at all. Besides, slavery was the only thing Negroes were fit for anyway. That is what many American colonists believed. So, with phrenology, phrenology essentially is a pseudoscience in which it was used during slavery, and I want to say even maybe more so during slavery, where basically through the shape of our heads and our skulls, it spoke to limited intelligence. And we know today you can't look at somebody's skull and just be like, oh, he's a genius, oh, she's stupid. But anyway, these different these pseudosciences were used to justify racism. I gave you the classification, or the catalog rather, just now that he spoke of. And I think we were just dehumanized to the point where we just thought we existed as utility, nothing more, nothing less. Utility servitude. What else can I get into? One of the things he talks about is, again, there's a lot of, I guess it's a precursor again to Red Pill, maybe somewhat. He talks about how many he says many men who have been taught ladies first do just that. They put ladies first and forget about themselves. These are the 90s, however, and if some women are out of control as alleged, it's up to each man to remember himself. Just think about those Rottweilers, Dobermans, and Pit Bulls we met earlier in the book. As a grown woman, she is an adult just like you are. In life, in the life raft you keep frantically throwing out to her, you may soon need for yourself. Besides, this same little pussycat just might let you drown if she were safe on shore and you were going down for the third time. So yeah, I think one of the things that's present in this book is just men. I guess we call it simping now, but he called it like milquetoast. And basically men needing to stand their ground, standing up to women. You know, not allowing yourself to be a utility, to exist as utility for women. Not allowing yourself to be just used up. Not allowing your resources just to be, be responsible with your resources. Not to just freely give away your resources to a woman. I remember a man told me a long time ago, don't ever, especially if a woman is attractive, don't ever wonder about how a woman, like where a woman is going to sleep, how she's going to eat, how she's going to get money. Because there will always be some man with his hand out. So yeah, anti-simping. He was against simping. Let me read something else. Good men who often feel that they should be kind, loving, and supportive are often the victims because they are caretakers who simply want to protect and make their loved ones happy. They are easily seduced into giving up themselves in order to control their mates. When other people's problems and lives do not work out as we think they should, that does not mean we must step in and take over. In both instances of codependency and obsession, you've got to learn to be selfish. Let other people live their own lives, solve their own problems. They have made it this far without you. They will make it the rest of the way. You should concentrate on trying to gain control of your own life. Like that. A lot of this book, to me, is really centered around men owning themselves, men being more specifically black men owning themselves, black men confronting the societal ills, confronting racism, confronting systemic oppression, confronting just a greater society that is very anti-them, and how to keep your dignity and your self-respect and your pride and your humanity and your humility all intact. Some of the chapters I'll give you. Hold up. Some of the chapters I just want to read. Hold up, 1 second. One of the chapters. Well, I want to read off some of the titles of the chapters rather. What is good pussy? In the beginning, American good pussy. Do black men know what love is? Milquetoast, honeydew men. Do black men cry? Detaching, leaving your mate because she won't do the wild thing. Education, the key to survival. Black families know hugs and kisses. 43 chapters in all, 263 pages. I just think he confronts a lot of the tricknology, as they say in 5% culture, the tricknology that has been sold to us, the propaganda that we bought into about ourselves. He confronts a lot of that. I feel like one of the most powerful chapters is I just read it. Black families know hugs and kisses. I mean, he just pretty much says how we've had this. We haven't been very compassionate toward each other. And yeah, that's a remnant of slavery, but just basically, there's a breakdown in the family structure, and since there is a breakdown in the family structure, we don't know the mechanics of family. A lot of us, we don't understand the dynamics of family. We don't know what healthy, loving families and relationships look like because we've never experienced it. We've always been on survival mode. We have always looked at one another as competition, not as an asset unto each other. We don't look at each other as assets unto one another, rather. And I just thought about that. That mindset reverberates beyond just the family unit. You're gonna look at. You're not gonna have respect towards yourself. You're gonna hate yourself. You're not gonna be kind to yourself, and therefore you're not gonna be kind to your brothers and sisters. You know, you don't even know what a family unit looks like. You don't even know what a community looks like. Because again, you've just been on survival mode, you know. Black men, black women, and black children are consistently being negatively reinforced without even being aware of it. Whenever a black man does reach for those good things that he knows are good because the white man has them, the luxuries, the good life, the white woman, or even his own happy family, he is slapped hard across the face as a reminder that those things are not for him. It's like dangling a banana in front of a monkey. You know what he wants. You know that he wants one. But when he reaches for it, you let him have it squarely in the face with the frying pan. Black people are not supposed to have feelings, and whenever those feelings do start to surface, here comes the frying pan. So yeah, psychologically, like a lot of us need therapy. A lot of us need to understand it's okay to be human and have feelings. Don't let your feelings run away from you, but it's okay to be human. You know, having this tough, austere, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Just having this hard exterior, I'm always tough, I'm hard. You know, that we got enough hard people. We need to be softer towards one another. One of the things I like that he talked about is education. Not necessarily just education like in the classroom, but just being educated about life. Knowing how to move, knowing how to gather resources, knowing how to read people, knowing how to move in society and be socially mobile. You get educated, again, just through life experiences, reading, learning from the experiences of others, things of that nature. Can't say enough about this book. One of the things that he said, overall, for context, this book came out in 91, but it's still relevant to this day. Overall, black Americans still do not think. We still do not listen. We still hang out on Saturday nights. We still eat too much. We still buy expensive clothes and jewelry. We are still preoccupied with doing the wild thing. We still live in the slums and we still break things. Again,